Hello, hello, hello. This is Tanda from Cosmic Spark, your spiritual godmother, and I'm here again with another video. And this one is entitled Why I Love Gemini. Alrighty, well, we know the format now, so let's just get straight into it. This is free form, okay? Don't hold anything against me. Okay, what do I love about Gemini? I always start off with like the most basic information. Basic information. Gemini is the third sign of the zodiac. Gemini to me is like the toddler. Definitely toddler vibes. So high energy, mind is starting to develop and it's racing and it's making connections and it's like, oh my God. And just like a toddler, you pick up this, oh my God, this is so interesting. Oh, does this go in this hole? And that's a little bit of how I feel about Gemini. It's a I've barely gotten into it and I'm cracking myself up. Um, yeah, because Gemini is the master of information. I mean, it's like the first sign, I think, in the zodiac that really focuses on that. I mean, it's the first air element, right? It's Gemini, and then we go into Libra and then Aquarius. And so Gemini is about the collection of information and being astute in your general environment through communication and through communing with your community as well. Communing with your community. Say that 3 times fast. So yeah, I like Geminis because they're chatty, easygoing. They can fit in so many environments. They have that dualistic nature of the twins. I am sure you noticed the candles. I was actually it is Friday. It is Venus Day. It is one of my favorite days of the week. I think it's everyone's favorite day, but I'm not thinking about it from it's the last day of my 9 to 5. I'm thinking of it more like Venusian, and that's why I'm dressed in the Venusian colors and I've got these candles for passion. So yeah, Geminis, astute in their environments, astute at picking up information, really good at collecting information, and the dualistic nature of the twins, right? So it's not that you could look at Geminis as being two-faced, but we're talking about what we love about Geminis. And what I love about them is they allow themselves to engage with a lot of different information from a lot of different sources and allow it to guide and adjust their opinion. So as new information comes in, if it makes more sense objectively or even subjectively, then their mind changes. So it's just like they're just really dynamic. They're a mutable sign, right? They're the first mutable sign of the zodiac. And so they pick up all this information, they put themselves in different environments depending on whatever their personal interests are. I know for sure with me, if I engage in topics that I already enjoy, being able to retain that information is easy. So it's not like Geminis are going out of their way to just like, there is like a sense of learning for the sake of learning, but it's like learning for the sake of enjoying the learning. But obviously there's like an interest there, right? But with all of this, like little bits and pieces of like dipping your fingers in different pies and picking up different bits of information, they make excellent people to go to for advice. They can really help you sometimes more than they can help themselves because they can really see things in like a holistic way. They are both thinking objectively and subjectively at the very same time. So I love that. So yeah, the Geminis are ruled by the planet Mercury, and that's where they get this chattiness from, this mercurial energy. It means that they are people that enjoy traveling or get to travel a lot in their environments, or they can like learn a lot by traveling within their environments. Gemini men are I'm an air sign, so I love air sign men. Very charming, but very hard to pin down. very bachelor energy. I mean, a Gemini could charm the pants off of anyone. They can charm the pants off your grandma if you let them, you know? The trouble is, as with all their signs, is this flirtation, is this moment that you're having with them as deep to you, to them, as it is to you? That's the problem, because they're so dynamic. They tend to be quite open. It's giving like polyamory. I'm not saying every Gemini is going to be a polyamorous person, but it's like that level of open-mindedness where it's like, you know, like I'm open to anything, and sometimes I think it can make them hard to pin down, but it's not impossible. I've seen many a wifed up Gemini. Um, I love the pace at which they talk and they cycle through ideas, because I feel like there's something in that like mercurial energy that just makes them really fast paced. And when I use that analogy again of them being a toddler, toddlers like zipping around, just bouncing off the walls with energy. Give them a little bit of sugar, you know, and that's kind of like the energy that Gemini is on, just naturally. They can go. They can go for days. They can be like back to back festivals. I'm writing a book. I'm doing this gig over here. I'm doing that over there. Or yeah, so very artistic too. Very artistic. So many Geminis I've met are musicians or writers or um, love engaging in the esoteric topics. And I love when Geminis engage in esoteric topics because of their take on the matter. But yeah, super artistic. Gemini rules the hands. And so a special talent of theirs could be to do with something that relates to them using their hands. A lot of Gemini men I've met are guitarists, specifically. So, um, yeah, because it rules the hands, but I feel like they can do very detailed work as well with their hands. So that's like a special talent that you can have as a Gemini. It's just like the ability to have a steady hand. And so you can do creative projects that would really work with that sort of energy. Let me think. What else do I like about Gemini energy? Geminis are, I love meeting a Gemini and then getting to meet their friends, their lovers, because of that open-minded nature, you never know what to expect with a friendship group of a Gemini. Um, they're just so weirdly dynamic and unpredictable. That is something that I think is why I may have struggled to have friends long term with Geminis. There's like a zany unpredictability there, which is fun and exciting sometimes, and sometimes it can really throw you off. I've never dated a Gemini, so I'm mainly talking archetypally here. Um, so yeah, Gemini energy, quick-witted, curious George, other Geminis, um, dynamic, adventurous, definitely sexy. I have definitely found both Gemini men and Gemini women to be easily alluring. They can easily pull you in because of their charm, because they know how to work a room. And if they're interested in you, because they know so much, a little bit of everything, they just pick a topic that they can impress you with, a topic that you're interested in, a topic that they know a little bit about. Lucky if they know a lot. Otherwise, they're just going to tell you the cursory things. But because they're an air sign, they know how to really present their ideas in a way that could leave you in awe, even if they didn't really say much. As a fellow air sign myself, I think, actually, yes, as a fellow air sign, I love how Geminis bullshit. They are fantastic bullshitters. They are so brave and bold with just saying things, and they say things for their own amusement. That's one thing we need to touch on. Sometimes it feels like Geminis are just laughing at you on the inside because they think it's funny to put you in weird situations, and or maybe like ask you questions that they know will make you uncomfortable. Like, they like to sort of play with people. They like to manipulate people sometimes in like a really just like a fun, like sometimes it's fun to try and like convince someone that like the earth actually is flat, because there was actually like some really good evidence, you know? Like just because they think it's funny that they could toy with your mind like that. I think a lot of air signs feel that too. But yeah, there's like this like, you have to watch your back with Geminis. And it's not always because they're gonna like do anything crazy, but there is a sense of testing your mental acuity. Can you keep up? They're not in the same place for too long. Are you keeping up? Are you keeping up with their brain? Are you keeping up with the speed of their talking? They're here and then they're gone and then they're back and then they're there, and it's just that in a circle. But if you like a Gemini, I definitely would engage them intellectually. I would definitely learn what things they get excited about, and try to corner them at a party or by themselves, depending on whatever Gemini you've got, um, and try to impress them. Maybe learn a topic, that they're really interested in, and be able to engage them and be able to bring in like really good, useful thoughts and opinions. Having fun with a Gemini, I think, is really easy because I feel like they're so in touch with their childlike nature. There is something, I mean, they're in the third house, they're the third sign of the zodiac, and the number 3 as well is very much about creativity. And I think they can channel that creativity because they're really, really good at staying in touch with their inner child, even if they seem more serious, especially if you engage them in their passions, or if they're trying to give off that, energy, they can certainly do it. But yeah, they're super, super in touch with their inner child. That's not to say that they can't be serious, and they can be very intimidating if they choose to be. They can be intimidating because of their intelligence. The women can be intimidating because of their masculine energy. Um, yeah, you could feel like you're participating in a game that you didn't know you were playing when it comes to a Gemini. And they love arguing for the sake of arguing. Like, who doesn't? I'm an air sign, so of course I'll argue for the sake of arguing. Just so chill, just so easy, but still wanting to achieve greatness, still wanting to really make a mark on the world through their intellectual prowess, through teaching. That could be a really good avenue for a Gemini, is teaching people what they know, or teaching people how to navigate, being a multi-passionate, because Gemini energy is certainly not like Taurian energy. It's not like, you just like learn a thing and then you really just go for it and you plod along for the next 20 years because you're like, this is my thing now. Gemini is like, try that, been there, oh, touch that. Like, who hasn't done that before? I've done that 5 times before and I'm over it. I'm on to the next place. I'm on to the next planet. Goodbye. Like, that's Gemini energy. So that's it. That is what I love about Gemini. If you are a Gemini, if you relate, if you disagree, if you liked, then please share your thoughts in the comments below. Consider subscribing, because I will be going through all 12 signs of the zodiac, and then we can get into like slowly deeper topics as we go along. Super excited. I hope you are enjoying the series thus far. I'm hoping that you are enjoying my Venus Day aesthetic. I'm feeling very feminine, very spiritual, very witchy. Until the next video, goodbye.